Okay, it may now be a little harder for you to get international packages shipped to the U.S. Now, multiple postal services across Europe, including Germany, Denmark, Sweden, and Italy, have stopped shipping most merchandise to the U.S. effective immediately. Now, they're saying there's a lack of clarity over U.S. tariff policy, specifically involving new import duties set to begin this week. All right.
Okay, let's dive into the story with Perry Racing. Okay, Perry, how is this going to affect the American consumers? Welcome to my YouTube channel.
Yeah, so this starts on Friday. So basically any package that comes into the U.S. valued at under $800 will have to go through customs and will have to be tariff, basically taxed. That was waived before under what's called the de minimis tariff exemption, but President Trump effectively ended that after signing an executive order last month. But as you mentioned, there's major questions over how this is going to work, what information is needed for these packages, as well as who will be the ones doing the processing on this. So because of all this gray area right now, these companies have decided to just hit the pause button, take a step back, wait and see as more information comes forward in terms of how this is all going to work going forward. You know, just in the last week or so, U.S. Customs gave out some technical details on how this will work going forward. So it's a pretty quick turnaround from technical details to implementation. So another reason why some of these companies are waiting so long. You know, tariffs have been a major focal point for the Trump administration during the second term. President Trump has viewed this as a way to bring money into the U.S. to deal with the trade deficit, as well as create some manufacturing jobs here in the U.S. Trump has called de minimis tax exemption a big scam hurting U.S. businesses, so now he is ending it.
Alright, Perry Racing, thank you for keeping us updated. Okay, let's dive into today's top stories. American trade war. International Postal Services suspended packages shipment to the United States over import of tariff. This sounds unbelievable, right? Anyway, let's watch more clips and we're gonna allow our credits at the end of this video.
This morning, global mail carriers suspending deliveries to the U.S. amid confusion over new import duties.
I won't be able to send you anything. Hopefully we can get this kind of figured out soon. I don't know what you guys are doing over there.
Postal services in Australia, India, New Zealand, the UK, and parts of Europe say they will stop shipping parcels to the States before the end of a trade exemption known as de minimis, which since 2016 had allowed goods worth up to $800 to enter the U.S. duty-free. But per an executive order signed by President Trump last month, goods coming in from abroad less than $800 will be slapped with country-specific tariff rates starting Friday.
The vast majority of my customer base is in the US. I can't pass this on to my customers. So as of last night, I've had to close my store completely,
leaving small businesses and consumers concerned about shipping backlogs.
And with the couriers, we just don't know what's going to be happening.
DHL, one of the world's largest courier companies, will stop accepting parcels destined for the U.S. starting today, citing unresolved key questions about the process.
That just adds more uncertainty into an already very confusing picture around tariffs and how they're going to impact us here in the United States.
The change could cost consumers a staggering $13 billion overall. The costs break down $80 per item for countries with a tariff rate of less than 16%, $160 per item for countries with rates between 16 and 25%, and $200 per item for countries with rates above 25%. Those small dollar costs amounting to big picture concerns for the economy, as Federal Reserve Chair Jerome Powell signaled late last week that rate cuts could be on the horizon.
The shifting balance of risks may warrant adjusting our policy stance.
Denmark, Sweden, Italy, and others say they can't guarantee deliveries will clear customs under these unclear rules, though letters and small gifts remain exempt. India also announced a pause as shippers worldwide scramble to adjust to the tariff changes. For U.S. customers, this means international shopping and shipping will get harder and more expensive in the short term. That includes fewer overseas deliveries and longer wait times.
New tariff troubles for some popular products from South Korea, India, and Europe. Dozens of government and privately run international postal services are pausing shipments now that low-value packages will soon no longer be exempt from import taxes. Last month, President Trump signed an executive order doing away with the de minimis exemption, which allowed packages worth less than $800 to come into the U.S. duty-free. Now, mail carriers abroad pausing some or all U.S.-bound packages.
I think it is important to underline that all our members who have even announced the actual suspension of the traffic. It is close to 20 members so far, and more may come in the next days. They all talk about temporary suspensions.
According to data from U.S. Customs and Border Patrol, a total of 1.36 billion packages were shipped in 2024 under this exemption. The Trump administration claims the exemption hurt U.S. manufacturers, created a loophole for low-quality products to come into the U.S., and even let narcotics slip in. But without the exemption, prices from low-cost giants like Shein and Temu are expected to go up. DHL's local German service is suspending operations.
Unless we have clarity in these questions, we will have to suspend the shipment of goods via the postal networks from Germany into the US.
The exemption is set to expire on Friday. Major shipping companies like UPS, FedEx say their services will not be interrupted.
The question here is, how does this affect everyday life in America? Everyone can attest to this, that prices has increased in every essential life commodity. For instance, when you talk about the cable has gone up. And when you talk about your phone bills, the phone bills has gone up. And now when you talk about maybe the insurance, especially the car insurance, everything is rocketed. And people can see prices increasing, but then the wages are still the same, and this is becoming a very frustrating time for the Americans. When you go to the grocery store, you can find out that things are going up. The groceries are going up. People cannot even afford to get their daily meal, but then your income is still the same. Now you can see the mortgages are going up. Your income is still the same. So basically almost every bill that you are paying right now is like adding a lot of money, but then nothing is being done for the middle class. Anyone in the middle class can attest to this, that they're going through a lot financially. People are crying out for help, but this tariff is now causing more problem. Even like most Americans, they like to order stuff from Temu, and now they find out that even when they order stuff like $20 from Temu, you end up using about $40 or $50 to bring them back to America. People have stopped ordering, and this has affected the online shopping drastically, that people no longer want to order stuff from China, from Temu, and the rest of them. So now what do we ask? Is this how everyday American life will continue? For all the Temu lovers like me, I'll leave you with the last video, and hopefully we'll have a way around this. Let's listen to this, and I wish us all luck.
Online bargain retailer that sells clothes, home goods, tools, and electronics, and the company had been avoiding tariffs by shipping directly from China to customers in the U.S. under what is known as the de minimis rule, which says shipments valued less than $800 were exempt from tariffs. That all changed today, and those shipments became subject to the 145% tariffs President Trump put on China. Temu says it will now stop shipping directly from China, and that the platform is transitioning to a, quote, local fulfillment model. It says pricing for U.S. customers remains unchanged.
Temu lost half of its daily U.S. users in just a single month. And here's what happened. Now, if you've seen less Temu ads lately, you're not imagining it. The U.S. just ended a rule that let Temu ship cheap stuff from China without paying tariffs. And the rule is called de minimis, and it let anything under $800 enter the U.S. with zero import tax. Now, Temu used that to ship directly to American consumers at super low prices. But in May, that all changed. After the tariffs kicked in, Temu lost 58% of their daily US users. Paid ad traffic dropped by 80%, and 1/3 of its US products now come from US warehouses. And as a result of that, prices started climbing. US profit dropped 38%, and right now, Temu is trying to adjust. They're asking Chinese factories to ship inventory in bulk to US warehouses. They're cutting back on advertising, and then going hard on selling to other countries. Now, if you used to order items from Temu and then all of a sudden noticed higher prices, now you know why. The model that made Temu blow up in the US just got regulated. Now, do you think this makes online shopping better or worse?
I think this makes online shopping very depressing. For me personally, I don't like shopping anymore online, especially since this tariff. I've stopped ordering from Temu, which I love so much. But anyway, everybody is entitled to their opinion. Anyway, let us know how you feel about the international countries suspending their shipment to the United States, and also the cost added to the shipping and handling. I look forward to seeing your comment. I'll be more than glad to respond to your comments. Also, I give credit to the original creators of this video who made it possible for me to complete this project. So you guys have had it all. Let me know what you think at the comment section. Please don't forget to like, subscribe, and share this video. Until next time, and I thank you for watching.